Check 1 2, check 1 2. What's popping? What's going on? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is Gen X Reactions, and I am the Gen Xer in the room. Yes, indeed. All grayed out. The old man. The old man who was here during the conception of hip hop, alive and well. I'm saying. So, as ridden through, many ages, many decades since the 1900s, and just coming on in this new technology age and lending a different perspective from the Gen X view. Yeah, different perspective. I'm saying like, share, and subscribe. I'm saying so you don't miss any of them. These are my perspective. This is Gen X's best perspective, but if you're a Gen Xer and you don't agree, then it's just my perspective. Whatever, whichever way you need to take it. Whichever way you need to take it. But what we've been doing here is really just focusing in on the soul of hip hop, and that's kind of one of the things that just spurred in my spirit and my soul to jump on here and this jump this new technology YouTube type of platform and to talk about it. To talk about it, the soul of hip hop. Talk about vibration. Talk about different types of music that people like, and dispel many of the mountaintops that some of you choose to die on. Dispel the revisionist history. See, when you're outside of the viewpoint, when you are observing from a different perspective, from a different perch, then things just look different. When you're looking down at the battle, when you're looking down at the things. And so when we're talking about hip hop, I'm talking about dispelling some of the revisionist history, we've been focusing in on the last couple years, and since the epic seismic collision of 2024 that we all understand happened in hip hop, and the corresponding conspiracies, standum that has risen to its fullest power, destructive power is what I'm saying. We've seen it. We've all witnessed it. Those of us who are free thinkers and who are level headed and just kind of call a spade a spade. We've seen people just attached to things that has really nothing to do with the well-being of their life, and so it's confusing. It's confusing to some of us. Like, what the freak are you talking about, bro? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, who the freak cares? Shoot, get your feelings out of it, man. The sky is blue and the water's wet, and you're coming on to, you're jumping on the internet talking about some nonsense, the atmosphere, and it's really not blue, and just some crazy. Look, 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 it's not that hard. It ain't that hard. Okay. From a hip hop perspective, in 2024, there was an epic collision. And in that collision, two of our biggest artists, three of them at the beginning, but one of them pittered out. One of them sat down. And the other two continue to spar, continue to battle, continue to freaking whatever, continue to go at each other. We all know what happened. And so since then, I've been highlighting some things here on this channel that we will continue to highlight as we continue to propel the soul of hip hop, as we continue to look for artists in areas where the soul of hip hop that we know, the whole soul of hip hop that I know, the soul of hip hop that just, it can't, it can't be described. You can't, it really can't be denied. It can't, when it's birthed in you, then it's just there, right? And so I describe the soul of hip hop as something different than other people, and that's cool. Go ahead and do you. You know what I mean? But for me, it's a frequency, and for me, it's a spirit. For me, it's an energy. And so when there are certain types of hip hop songs that come on, it just gets inside of you, and it's it's that warrior music. There's a warrior element to it. There's a rebellious element to it. There's a no nonsense. There's a shit talking element to it for sure. There's a pump my chest and pump our chest. There's a cultural element to it. Absolutely. And so when I am evaluating music, that is just where I'm coming from. I'm not going to come from any other direction. However, I am in this day and age of 2026, and I have heard an excessive amount of streaming. It's a new day and age. So instead of fighting it, I just, said, okay, cool. Well, okay. Apparently everything for some of y'all is measured in streams. And that's really counterproductive to what I feel the soul of hip hop is, but you know, it's still it's still the metrics of which some of you dwell in. So we bring that up sometimes. We are unapologetically Kendrick Lamar fans here. And when I say fans, I did not say stan. You know what I mean? Calling it real. We keep it 100. We keep it 100. Forgot the tagline. We keep it 100. Why? Because keeping it real never gets old. I'm saying like, share, and subscribe. We're at 28 subscribers. Look, 28. I'm saying on the road to 100. And yeah, we've had a few in the last few days. So every time one pops up, you know what I'm saying? It's dope. It's dope. We on the road to 100. Not 1,000. We're not 1 million. Just on the road to 100. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's what we do here. That's what I do. Gen X ReaXtions. Just tuning in from a different perspective. So today I wanted to jump in. Man, there's so much. Man, I got man, I'm gonna put up some jam sessions, some album review, you know, some albums. There's some good music. When I'm talking about the soul of hip hop, I'm talking about there's some good music out right now. And I know that most of y'all probably hopefully have heard them and listened to the Tylers and the Clips and the, you know, there's some good quality music. And so I want to get those videos up too, because what I've learned is that I just jam out to it. Just like, you know, you put it on, you know, your own headphones, Apple Music or Spotify or whatever. But I use a lot of times I'm just spinning it back. But I hop on YouTube and spin it back with you know, with a reactor or somebody. So we're gonna do some of that, man. I got some albums to drop as I am trying to make some time. But beyond that, let's hop into this. Dispelling the conspiracies. Look, just calling it real, keeping it real, keeping it 100, okay? And it is 100 that I say is 100. So go argue with your mama. You know, I'm not here to really argue. I'm here to look, call the sky blue and water wet. And if you don't like it, then just don't like it. But in the last couple of years, again, since that seismic clash, the trajectory of these two artists has tangibly and noticeably, for those of us on the outside looking in, have seen a change. So I got another video that I want to, you know, peep game. Let's peep game. Let's check it out. This comes from, I'll have all the links in the description, of course. This comes from Caleb Saphir. Let's check it out.
Let's talk about what really matters to Kendrick Lamar. Can you feel what just landed? Because right now, in this exact moment, we are staring at a confirmation that reshapes everything we thought we understood about this man's trajectory and the sheer gravitational force he exerts over the entire cultural landscape. Baby Keem, Kendrick's blood relative and the flagship talent under the pgLang umbrella, has just surfaced undeniable proof through a keychain from Adidas exclusive.
Look, hold up, my bad. Listen, we're talking pgLang. Okay, so go back. I got some videos about power and versus presence, and I talk about it. I have another video where I talk about the scoreboard, where I talk about what's been happening the last 2 years, and I have tangible numbers, and pgLang is the foundation. Man, pgLang is putting down. pgLang is what, in their blueprint, is what will help control the velocity of consumption. And I break that down in a couple of videos. You got to go back and check it out. But velocity of consumption is why Drake is both bothered and panicked. Bothered and panicked is the name of the video. You got to go back. Velocity of consumption. It has slowed down to hardly nothing. It's crazy. Hardly nothing. Slowed all the way down. Okay. And so pgLang, as we look at this, pgLang, just listen to all the things that pgLang is doing. Listen to all the things that pgLang is doing across the industry, in multiple industries, laying down that foundation, killing the game. I consider pgLang and TDE the same. You know what I'm saying? Kindred, you know, brothers, you know, they're kinfolk at the bare minimum, right? And so yeah, let's check it out.
Exclusive 3 lanes activation in downtown Los Angeles that pgLang is officially embedded within the FIFA World Cup 2026 apparatus.
Ballers.
And if you are locked in and prepared to unpack every layer of what this confirmation triggers for not just Kendrick, but for every single person who has ever stood against him or doubted the scope of what he is constructing, then before we push any deeper, smash that like, get subscribed, amplify this content.
Yeah, smash
and
that like,
truly
get
make
subscribed.
sure you hit that notification.
Go like that, their
what we are about
notifications.
to lay bare here is
After mine.
genuinely one of the most staggering revelations
Like and subscribe
to
here
emerge
first.
in the history of hip-hop, entertainment, and global culture colliding into one singular force.
Trying to tell
and
you.
I say that with zero exaggeration because the breadcrumbs were scattered across years and continents, and now every thread has converged into a tapestry so overwhelming that the people who position themselves as Kendrick's adversaries are standing in rubble, wondering how this architect outmaneuvered them by half a decade. So let us trace this from the very foundation, because the brilliance of what Kendrick Lamar has orchestrated here is not some overnight miracle or a convenient accident of timing. This is a cathedral that was erected brick by meticulous.
Remember, velocity of consumption, right? The speed at which your material is consumed. I broke it down. Drake is bothered and he is panicking. Why? Because he has had 1 billion stream songs in the last 8 years, since 0 off of Certified Lover Boy, 0 off of For All the Dogs. Of course, when they dropped, they were hot. Okay, I got charts and everything. Go back and check it out. Drake is bothered and panicking. Period. Why? Because it's the velocity of consumption. Now keep that in mind as we're listening to what pgLang is putting down. Controlling their velocity of consumption with multiple pillars from a solid foundation. Check it.
Meticulous brick, while the rest of the industry was distracted by petty feuds and courtroom theatrics. And the genesis traces back to November 2023, when pgLang, the creative engine that Kendrick and Dave Free pilot, entered into a formal partnership with Global Citizen, the exact organization that FIFA later tapped to curate the first ever halftime spectacle at a World Cup final. Kendrick stood on the stage in Kigali, Rwanda on December 6th of that year and headlined the inaugural Move Africa event, planting a flag on an entire continent while his counterparts were filing legal complaints.
Wow.
pgLang was named the 5-year curator of Move Africa, stretching from 2023 through 2028, which means Kendrick's creative apparatus was contractually embedded within the Global Citizen ecosystem for half a decade before the World Cup conversation even surfaced publicly. For half a decade, this was contractually
Hold on one second. My bad.
Which means Move Africa.
Hold on one second, my bad.
pgLang was named the 5-year curator of Move Africa. Legal complaints. pgLang was named the 5-year curator of Move Africa.
Next 5 years.
From 2023 through 2028, which means Kendrick's creative apparatus was contractually embedded within the Global Citizen ecosystem for half a decade before the World Cup conversation even surfaced publicly. 5 years. That is not a sponsorship deal negotiated by management chasing a quick payday.
Nah, that's vision.
That is an infrastructural commitment, signaling someone operating on a geopolitical entertainment frequency that nobody in rap music has ever attempted to access. The expansion of Move Africa fortifies how intentional every piece was, because after Rwanda, the initiative grew into Ghana throughout 2024 and scaled into Kigali and Pretoria by 2026, drawing international headliners and building a pan-African touring ecosystem that had never existed at this caliber.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. What are we talking about here? pgLang killing the game. Internationally, I'm saying. Worldwide, I'm saying. Laying down that foundation for velocity of consumption over time. Over time. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all there's a big difference. Man, you Drake stands. Y'all in so much trouble.
FIFA executives debated who possessed the infrastructure and proven track record to deliver a halftime experience worthy of the largest sporting congregation on the planet. The answer was not some theoretical pitch deck from a manager begging for a seat at the table. The answer was already physically operational across multiple African nations, with pgLang's fingerprints etched into every stage and partnership agreement. Kendrick did not audition for this opportunity. He manufactured the conditions that made the opportunity inevitable. But the accelerant that detonated this entire sequence into an unstoppable chain reaction,
Let's hear that again.
Kendrick did not audition for this opportunity. He manufactured the conditions that made the opportunity inevitable. But the
Ballin'.
accelerant that detonated this entire sequence into an unstoppable chain reaction happened on February 9th, 2025. And if
What
you were
happened?
conscious on that evening, you already know exactly what transpired. Kendrick Lamar commandeered the Super Bowl LXII halftime platform
Yep.
and delivered what the record books now
Proof of
classify
concept.
as the most viewed halftime spectacle
Yep.
in the entire chronicle of that event, with 100.
Called proof of concept. Everybody knows. Just duplicate it. Just get half. Just get 75% of that.
133 million human beings locked onto their screens, simultaneously absorbing a performance that was not merely a concert, but a cultural earthquake that sent tremors through every institution watching. He blazed through Humble and DNA and swimming pools, and then, in what history will recognize as the most audacious victory declaration in live entertainment, he performed Not Like Us, the Grammy-obliterating track that had already demolished his primary antagonist on wax.
That's what I'm talking about, revisionist history, man. Y'all got to stop it. All y'all were there. Stop it. Stop it. Stop trying to say how big that moment was. Stop trying to make it like people weren't just freaking peeled to their screen to see if he was going to say that freaking name. Stop it. We were all there. We will not downplay that. It was wild. It was crazy. It was not like us.
On the most colossal platform American television has ever constructed for a single artist. 133 million witnesses to an execution that was simultaneously a celebration.
The
audacity alone would have been enough to cement this as a legendary moment, but the ripple effects are what transformed it into a tectonic event. Because FIFA president Gianni Infantino watched what Kendrick accomplished, and within weeks, on March 4th of that same year, announced that the 2026 World Cup final would feature a halftime spectacle for the first time in the tournament's century-long heritage. Infantino wrote publicly that this would constitute a historic moment befitting the grandest sporting congregation on the planet. Kendrick Lamar's performance was so transcendent that it birthed an entirely new tradition for international football. He did not fill a slot that already existed.
How about a blueprint? I mean, didn't Bad Bunny kind of little bit, just a kind of little, maybe? Is that a reach? Is that what y'all call a reach? Didn't Bad Bunny's performance kind of resemble? Just saying. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Gen X reactions. You tell me.
He generated one because the governing body of the world's most popular sport recognized their own spectacle was incomplete without that magnitude of artistic firepower. And this is where the architecture becomes undeniable, because the pipeline was already constructed before the Super Bowl stage lights even dimmed. pgLang had Global Citizen. Global Citizen had FIFA. FIFA now needed a halftime curator with proven global reach and cultural authority. Every corridor led to the same destination, and Kendrick was already standing at the end of each one of them with the receipts, the relationships, and the operation.
This is what we've been talking about. This is what we've been saying. This is what we've been saying. Drake is supposed to be unbothered, yet he's sneak dissing still. Yet he's freaking slow walking an album. Yet he's pump faking. You know what I'm saying? Episodes and just everything. Like what 36 he's put out like a ton of tracks, zero traction. Meanwhile, the boogeyman. Meanwhile, K-Dot, Kendrick Lamar, the executive that he described, the reason why Black Hippie broke up, as we learn in the Heart Part 6, the real one, right? Meanwhile, K-Dot, pgLang, Day Free is out there freaking killing the game, bro. You're sitting in the courtroom filing lawsuits while these ninjas are out. While these ninjas are out here freaking killing the game, I'm saying.
History to justify his position. This was not luck. This was a masterclass in strategic positioning because Kendrick mapped out a 3-year sequence of maneuvers that placed his apparatus at the exact intersection where sports, entertainment, and institutional prestige converged. And he did it so quietly that nobody recognized the blueprint until the building was already standing. Now let us pivot to the confirmation itself, because this is the detail that transforms speculation into concrete reality. Baby Keem, who has been steadily ascending as one of the most formidable young talents in the entire genre, performed at the Adidas 3 Lanes event on March 19, 2026, inside the Lower Grand Tunnel in downtown Los Angeles. This was not a random concert or a casual promotional appearance. This was an invite-only spectacle produced by Project 3 in collaboration with Adidas, where the away World Cup kits for Mexico, Argentina, Germany, and additional national teams were unveiled to the world. Keem shared that stage alongside Kaytranada, and the entire production shut down an LA highway to accommodate one of the most visually staggering live presentations of the year. But here is the detail that obliterates any remaining skepticism. The keychain distributed at this event displays both the 3 Lanes event branding and directly beneath it the words FIFA World Cup 2026 printed in unmistakable clarity. pgLang's premier artist performing at a FIFA World Cup kit reveal with physical merchandise confirming the institutional connection is not a rumor. It is documented photographic confirmation that Kendrick Lamar's creative empire is formally woven into the fabric of the most watched athletic competition in human civilization.
Meanwhile, what's OVO doing? Come on now. Meanwhile, what's Dreamville doing?
Additional fragment on that keychain that observers identified near the Adidas insignia and FIFA World Cup inscription, a word that appears to read K. The moniker Kendrick Lamar has carried since the Compton streets first shaped him. If that is indeed what adorns that keychain, it is not merely a brand marker, it is a coronation stamp hidden in plain sight on an artifact most people would have overlooked. And it speaks to the embedded presence that Kendrick's operation has achieved within this ecosystem. They are not visitors, they are architects. But to truly appreciate the magnitude of where Kendrick Lamar now stands, you have to understand what was simultaneously crumbling on the opposite end of this narrative.
Thank you.
Because while Kendrick was silently constructing a transcontinental entertainment infrastructure and delivering historically unprecedented performances.
I ain't seen this before. For real, though. I ain't seen this before. This is the first listen. I don't even know what he's getting ready to say. But I know I got like 3 videos that are collaborating. He's collaborating. He's confirming. This is confirmation. This is confirmation. You know what I mean? What, we both liars? We both missed it? We both don't know what we're talking about? Cool. I mean, that's cool. But let's see.
Performances. The individual who positioned himself as Kendrick's primary rival was engineering his own catastrophic
positioned
collapse
himself.
in the most
Freeze. Keywords. Positioned himself. Lawsuit thrown out. You positioned yourself. Crybabies, throw him out. He positioned himself. The victim, he positioned himself. Come on now. I got a video on that one too. He positioned himself.
public and humiliating fashion imaginable.
He's not a bully.
Aubrey Drake Graham, after being systematically disassembled by Not Like Us, a track that accused him of profoundly disturbing conduct and proceeded to become the cultural anthem of an entire generation, did not respond with superior artistry. He did not ascend, he did not evolve or demonstrate any capacity for creative resurrection.
He didn't do nothing.
He reached for the most desperate instrument available to a man thoroughly outclassed on the battlefield he himself demanded. He filed a defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group, his own distributor, claiming they conspired to artificially inflate Kendrick's track through clandestine financial arrangements. It was the legal equivalent of a fighter knocked unconscious filing a complaint against the referee instead of training for the rematch. The entire industry watched as one of the biggest commercial names in rap history admitted through legal filings that he could not compete on artistic merit and needed a courtroom to rescue what the microphone could not.
Listen, I'm gonna stop it right there. I'll have all the links in the bio. Was it Caleb? What's his name? Caleb Sphere, go follow him. Oops, look, I'm gonna subscribe right now. I listen to him. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna like and subscribe. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna like and subscribe, just like you, like you're about to do too. But I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna stop it right there. I'll go listen to the rest of it. You go listen to the whole thing too. But I could, you know, he's gonna flip the coin. He's gonna flip the coin. I've been flipping the coin the last couple of videos. Go check them out. Go check them out. The part that I wanted to really key in on today was that foundation, y'all. pgLang is killing the game. Period. Point blank. I mean, with the combination of pgLang on the Hollywood production, all the videos coming out, the quality videos, the music is quality, the lyricists are quality. Who Isaiah Thomas just dropped or came out with a single. What's going on? What other group, label or just conglomerate? Conglomerate. It's a hard word to say. Yeah. What other crew? What other crew is doing what pgLang, TDE, that West Coast crew is doing right now? I'm not gonna make it a coast thing. My bad. I don't want y'all tripping. But still, they do represent the West Coast. And who's doing it? So pgLang putting down work. We're saying been look it doing deals since 22, 23. If the deal hit in 22, let me tell you something. That type of business deal was started in 2021. Those deals don't take a week. You know what I'm saying? Those deals don't take a week. So if it came out, if it landed in 23, it had been worked on for 2 years before that. Probably. Feel me? That's called foresight. That's called putting down that foundation. That's even before the freaking beef in 2024. They already knew it. They already knew what was going on. Oh my gosh, that's why Drake was lined up. Oh my gosh. Just think of all the stuff that was happening behind the scenes. We got this FIFA lined up. You know what I mean? In 2 years, it's gonna happen. Baby Keem's been working on his album. Boop, he's back. He's back from his you know what I mean? He's back from his injection. 2 years down bad, reflecting. Right? Look. You know what I'm saying? And they knew all this. They knew all this. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's what power is. That's what power is. Go ahead. Be the number one streamed. The number one streamed. Historically. With the catalog. Nothing new is hidden. But we're not going there today. Be the number one streamed. I'd rather not be the number one streamed and have a vast foundation of multiple verticals that are controlling my velocity of consumption. When something is low, you pop it over here, put a video out, quality video out, boom, consumption raised. Something dips down, put a quality, you know, Hollywood short out, whatever, boom, something's raised. Something dips down, boom, let's throw them on stage at a major worldwide event. Velocity of consumption. We've been saying it here on Gen X ReaXtions. Appreciate you stopping in. Appreciate you hitting like. Appreciate you commenting, and definitely appreciate you subscribing as we are on our way to 100. Keeping it 100 because the real never gets old here on Gen X ReaXtions. That's what I'm saying. K dot, they're putting it down. That's it. That's the bottom line. Until someone proves me wrong without just screaming streams. The freak? What the hell? Man, this Gen X reaction. Streams don't mean shit. That's just how we feel. That's the bottom line. Sorry. Later.